Hi, this is Belinda with Belinda's Baubles, and welcome to Pre-Vlogmas and episode 20. I figured I'd go ahead and get my December episode out to you because I'll probably put another episode in at the end of the month to kind of get everything round up because I know not everybody watches Vlogmas, but I have a lot of fun with it. And as you can see, I'm all set up, I'm all ready, but the way that I do Vlogmas, I guess I should introduce myself. I am Belinda. I am coming to you from Fort Worth, Texas. I live here with my husband, Sam, and our son, our grown son, Seaver. We also have a Chihuahua, Ziva, and that's the household within the house. Now, I also have visiting us for Thanksgiving here in the United States is our daughter and our two grandkids. So they are going to participate a little bit. I'm just doing a little pre-recording with them before they head back so that they can participate as well, and because they enjoy that with the Vlogmas and on my channel. So as you see, I've got my setup ready. I have my Advent here. This is Adventure Around the World, or excuse me, Adventure Around the United Kingdom, a Mousewitch yarn Advent for 2024. And behind me, I am using my Advent boxes from last year from Charming You, which this is what I made last year with that Advent. Information for all of this will be down below in the description box. But I made a scrappy Advent out of things that were already in my stash. So I'm going to be opening both of those, but not today. I will be posting a video around midnight Central Time is the goal, but it will be delayed for you guys, basically, because today for you is December 1st, more than likely, and you are seeing my pre-video that I recorded on November 30th. That way, I don't want to take any chances for anyone else who happens to have the Mousewitch yarn Advent. I don't want to mess them up and show them any clues or anything before they've had their chance to do their own opening. So I will be a little delayed for you, but it also gives me a chance to do, instead of shorts this year, I'm going to do, 5-10 minute videos, and instead of the 1 minute videos. And I'm going to take you along and we're just going to have some fun. But most of it is going to be right here dealing with what I'm making, which I'm going a little slower. As you can see, it's cold here in Texas, by the way. Again, what I'm wearing and everything will be down below. But it's just, I don't usually get to wear this much yarn at once, and I'm excited. But this is probably the coldest Thanksgiving I ever remember having, East Coast or Texas. So where was I? I'm doing this without any notes, so I apologize now if I go a little nuts on it. I've gotten quite a few new subscribers. Thank you. Welcome aboard. And I think some of them have come over from the video I did about 30 plus Advent patterns, as well as I went to two yarn shows during the fall. So I've gotten some new subscribers from that. Thank you so much. I am at this moment up to 430 subscribers. It'll go up and down some, but I am excited to have you along as I'm continuing to grow this channel. So what are we going to do on this pre-Vlogmas episode and regular episode is I do have some new cast-ons, some under construction, nothing finished. I haven't completed anything new since the last episode. This is an injury just from color work. I have found for me, color work is going to be a marathon and not a sprint because my hand does not do well with a sprint. But it is coming along. So what do I have for you today? First up, I do want to tell you a little bit of something that's coming up in the future. So, Mandy with Mouses Makes podcast and I, last year, she helped me do my first make-along. It's called Topping Out Mal. There was a lot of discussion over the name, but topping out is basically putting that last brick or last piece of wood on a construction project. And so the whole goal of this is for January through March, we're going to work on things that we have already cast on, our whips, are under construction, as I like to call it. So anything that you start prior to January 1st, 2025, so you could have a cast-on party on New Year's Eve and they qualify. That is the main qualification. You don't have to finish anything, but the main prizes at the end are for finished objects. During the course of the make-along, Mandy and I will be drawing for pattern prizes, and I've had some pattern prizes donated as well. And as well as at the end, we will be doing prizes from the finished objects threads. All of this will be done in Ravelry, just because Instagram and Facebook, there's issues with getting everybody's information. But that does not disqualify you if you're not on Ravelry. If you're not on Ravelry, you can send me pictures of what you've started to go into the chatter threads and finished objects. Email them to me at belindasbaubles@gmail.com, and I will enter you in for the same prizes. Now, we are doing something a little differently this year, because last year Mandy held my hand because it was my first time doing anything like that on Ravelry. I've kind of tested the waters a little bit with a small make-along during the fall. Now, I'm going to have a chatter thread and a finished objects thread on the Belinda's Baubles Ravelry page, but there's also going to be one on Mouse's Makes. So what that means is you can double dip. If you enter into both, on both Ravelry pages, same object, same pictures, if you put them on both, you get double the chances because we're going to be drawing from both. So that way we figured, double trouble, double dip, have some fun with it, and we'll have it on both of our Ravelry pages. So I'm excited to be able to do this again, and I'm really excited that Mandy says she would like to join in with me again this year. We had a lot of fun last year. So we have that coming up. What else do I need to tell you about? I told you down in the description box I will have information on anything that I'm talking about today, or if I don't have it down there, just send me a note and ask me. I'd be happy to help clarify anything. Let's see what else. Okay, no finished objects. So I guess we're going to just delve right in to new construction. I do have some new construction, a couple of different things. And with this desk setup, I'm kind of liking it, but I don't have any of my project bags up here. I've just got a basket underneath the desk that I'm able to pull from. And we'll see how this setup happens. We had a change in the way that we had our house set up, and we've moved the guest bed elsewhere. So it's giving me a little bit more room. Just don't look behind the camera. It is an absolute mess. But I do have this little space. I'm going to try to keep from getting too noisy with these roller wheels. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I've been up to. Okay, so with the hand, I was doing mostly crochet, but I am able to do some more knitting now, and I'm not even having to wear this all the time. I didn't wear it to bed last night, and so now my hand's hurting. So this is first thing in the morning. Pajamas are underneath the sweater. But we're going to have a day with the grandkids today, so I wanted to get this recorded so that I'd have a chance to edit it in the car as we were going along. Okay, so I am working on the Timbo vest. Devin with Knitting McPurley, I saw that she was working on this. She's made 2 of them. And looking at the vest online, I probably wouldn't have even looked at it. But there's something about the construction of it that became intriguing. It is a free pattern right now, which also is a reason that I went ahead and jumped in. And it is with bulky yarn. Now, the only bulky yarn that when I decided I wanted to make it, I was at Friendsgiving on the Lamb Yarn Shop. And the only bulky yarn I found that was not woolly wool, since I have allergies to that, I can use superwash, but the woolly wool gives me issues. But we're testing that. That's something we'll discuss in January. Yes, Bill, we will discuss it in January. He was asking me questions about it at Thanksgiving. But the only thing I found that had the same yardage that was called for in the pattern was this cotton. It's called Bud. It's Juniper Moon Farms, and it is organic Peruvian cotton, and it's a bit of a boucle. Look at that. I can get you. There we go. Sorry, it's washing out a little bit. I'm hoping that's not flashing with you. I'm still working. I've gotten rid of the white on the wall because that kept flashing. We're going to see what we can do about some of this, evening out some of the color stuff. But technical stuff that's you don't care about, I know, unless it bothers you. So I know these have ended up being Louisiana Saints colors. It was not intentional. It's just, I like the way that the colors went together because this is a color block vest. And with the Bud cotton, I was looking at this pattern. Like I said, it was free. And she was selling it, I believe, over on Etsy originally. And she only went up to a size extra large, I believe, at that point. But and it even says that whenever you first look at it. But if you go into the pattern on Ravelry, she actually has added about 3 more sizes. And it looked like it needed to have, she didn't state, but it looked like it needed to have some positive ease. So I was looking at the measurements that were called for on the pattern, and I chose to do a 3XL because that looked like that would have plenty of positive ease. Well, it had a little bit too much positive ease. So, sorry, I know this is clinking. I'm going to have to learn how to work with the glass. So I have cast on a 3XL neck. And my wires are, okay, let me show you from the back. Okay, so I've cast on a 3XL neck, and it is way too big. So I have come down to a 2XL once I started going down the front or down the back on this one. I really like the shoulder seam or saddle seams there and the way it goes in, and it is a broken rib. And the way that this is constructed is with a fairly high neck, and you're going down the body, and then underneath the arm, which is actually, you can choose across the chest or under the chest or under the breast. You can, at that time you can add on stitches, and you change your color. She has it written to where once you've done the neckline in the round and you've split for front and back, you just work the front all the way down, including the color change, and then you work the back all the way down, including the color change, then you work the front all the way down, including the color change, and seam it up. Well, of course, that's not what I'm going to do. I am going to work the front and the back, and then I'm going to work the body in the round. Now, once I'm done with this pattern, I am going to review the bud yarn, which the purple is color 111 and the gold is color 144. I'm going to review those because I've not worked with bud before, but it does have a really cool texture. And I'll also talk about the pattern after I finish it, because I've already made several notes on my Ravelry page because the amount of yarn she's called for is not matching up for these larger sizes. I don't know that the larger sizes have been tested. I think she may have just added them on so she'd be more inclusive. But there's also a few mistakes in there and everything on the larger sizes. So I've made some notes. I've sent the information over to her, what I found so far as well, but I don't know that she's even doing anything with this pattern at this point since it's free, which these are all things that are, if you've ever done any knitting of garments before, they're easy to spot, they're easy to fix and figure out. But I am going to have notes in regards to what I found and how I'm dealing with it on my page. So, and I love this gold. I really do love this gold. Can you tell I'm kind of feeling the color? Okay, so Timbo vest. I'm having kind of a vest season. Here in Texas, it's normally not cold enough to wear full sweaters, so vests work better. But this next one is not for me. One of my sisters asked me to make something for one of my nieces. And I'm not saying which because I don't think they watch, but just in case. So I am making, this will be my third one, but this is the White Mountain sweater, but it's done as a vest. It's by her name is on the tip of my tongue, but I know that I'm going to really foul it up if I try saying it. Hiroshi Midori? I'll put it right down here. You guys know her. You know, from a ranunculus, if nothing else. But this is my third White Mountain, but I've done the White Mountain Light twice. And this is just the regular White Mountain. And as you can see, I have split and I'm going down the body. Someone had taken her pattern, one of her testers, and turned it into a sleeveless top or vest. And she was able to incorporate that, and I just love it. I love the detailing on the sides and the neckline on here. And she gives you a couple of different choices. So this has become a real go-to pattern for me. And I just love the way that it works up. I am using Juniper Moon Farm Cotton and Merino. And this is my second skein that I just started. The sizing on this is I am making it's an extra small for the neckline. And then I have stopped and I'm doing a 2 extra small for the body. Another reason that I'm doing this, because it's going to be a quick one because the niece is tiny. But this is, with this cotton and merino, it's organic cotton and 19 micron merino wool, 70% cotton, 30% merino wool. And it is a worsted weight. Now, it is like I know you're not going to be able to see this, but the cotton is in like a chain, and then the merino is like blown into it. So it really has this great halo, and it is so, so soft. Now, the merino does not seem to be superwash, so I have found that after about 4 or 5 hours touching it, yes, I did do that much knitting it once, and I regretted it afterwards. but I still did it. Suffer for our craft, you know. But my hands were starting to turn red and they were itching a little bit, but it took quite a bit for me to get to that point. So I guess it may have a little bit of what I'm allergic to in it, but not much. Which I'm glad, because there are some other colors in this yarn that I want to make a vest for me. So this will be done hopefully by Christmas. So I'm going to be working on this, and you'll see it come along as we're going through Vlogmas. So I have that I am working on. Excuse my pile. So that's all the new projects I've started. Even though I am about to cast on 2 new projects. For Vlogmas, of course. Because I am going to, I did a video, as I mentioned before, of 30 plus Advent patterns that caught my eye. And so I was doing research and finding what I wanted to make. So I have decided that for my Mousewitch yarn, I am going to participate in the mitten make-along. I'll put the information here. It is color work, but it's on mittens. And so that way I will just use a little bit of this yarn for the mittens as we go along. And then I'm also going to take my scrappy one and I'm going to make this hat. And this hat is a free pattern. I think this one's free as well, at least as long as you sign up for her, not the Advent, of course, but I paid for the Advent. But the mitten make-along is free, I think, for at least till the end of January, as long as you sign up. So I've gone on to her little sign-up thing and everything to be able to get that, to be able to participate. So let's see how this goes. And the way that she has it set up is for one mitten, you could do days 1 through 12, and it only uses 2 colors at any given time. So you can do 1 through 12 on one hand, and 13 through 24 on the other hand. Or you can do, use a 12-day Advent instead. So I think I'm going to have it to where they're both different as far as from the yarn, so that I have all 24 yarns there. And then I'm going to decide before the first of the year, so that I can cast it on, what I'm going to make with the rest. All right, so next up is in the works. Since my hand was giving me grief, I was able to crochet more so than knit for a while this last month. So it made it to where I actually got the body done on my Granny Go Round cardigan. I even have the button loops, which I just decided to go with it. I don't have buttons picked out yet, but the button band is all on and the bottom ribbing is done. So this is all the crocheting I'm going to do on the Granny Go Round cardigan. I'll go over all the yarns and everything when I finish it completely, but it's mainly just some different ones that I had in stash. I have one Charming You, which I don't remember the colorway. I'm going to have to go find that or ask Maureen. And then most of the rest is Premier yarns, some of their everyday merinos. But what I decided to do was, just like on the Jethro, if you've seen the Jethro cardigan, it's done with granny squares and then knit sleeves. I decided I really wanted the knit sleeves. So I found it was really easy to pick up stitches and pick up just one stitch from each of the crochet stitches all the way around because I'd already added on down here. So I just picked it up all the way around, and it's made a nice sleeve. I am going to have to decrease it a little bit, but I don't want it fully decreased since it is a cardigan. And I'll probably do a tight ribbing on the down at the wrist. So this is where I'm at. And this is the way it's looking. I really like having that white sleeve to go with the cardigan. But I've got to figure out what buttons I want to add on. I'm just doing small buttons because that's all I've done for, where is it? I've just done little loops. So I just need some small buttons. So y'all, what do y'all think I should do? Should I do white, or should I do maybe the turquoise or the orange or the black, pull out a contrast? What do y'all thoughts on it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about what I should do next with it. I've also been working on one of the baby blankets, which I'm not going to get the baby blankets done in time. The baby I was starting that one for has already been born. Because I have 3 great nieces and nephews that were all due between November and the end of December. So unfortunately, the last of the great nieces that's going to be born, she'll get her gift before she's a year old. I got 2 of them done at least, but it is what it is because it's now Christmas time and it's now Advent time. All right, the last thing I have to share with you, because I'm not going to worry about doing any life updates or anything like that because we're going to be talking all this month. So if you want to join me over on Vlogmas, you'll see a few life updates. We'll talk about things then because that's going to be more of a chance to just kind of visit and show you what I'm working on, open the Advents, and have a good time. And any Christmassy things that we go to, I'll take you along and show you that as well here in the Metroplex. But I do have, it's not really a confession because I didn't buy it, but one of my cousins, Star, went on vacation to Taos this summer. And she got me a birthday present. And we've been trying to get together, and it just did not happen until about a week or 2 ago. But she went to Taos Wools. This is in New Mexico. The owner is Joe Berry, and it is located in Arroyo Seco, New Mexico. I may be killing that. I'm sorry. But look at this bag. Isn't that great? Their emblem. I love it, love it, love it. It's got Taos Wools on the bottom. That ram. Now this is a particular type of sheep, which is Apache churro, I think, is what it's called. But she also got me some yarn. I got vacation yarn that I didn't even go on vacation for. So this is Taos Wools Chica series. It's fine tapestry weight, which is 400 yards in the color sunflower. Can you tell where the sunflower type color came from? Now this is a woolly wool. So it is actually, this is made more for doing weaving, but I figure I should be able to do some color work with this. And it's 100% US churro, CHURRO wool. And I'm going to look up a little bit more. She got really intrigued by the sheep. And so I'm going to look up a little bit more about the sheep myself, learn more about them, and we'll talk during Vlogmas. It'll give us something to discuss. She also, though, got me this worsted weight merino in the color turquoise, which is perfect for New Mexico. And guess what? It matches me. think no, now I'm playing. It's not like I'm not going to take a picture for my. Okay, words are leaving me now, so the vlog or the episode should be about. I'm losing my words, but anyways, so you've got this is what they look like, other than the turquoise. They're not turquoise. But that was a great surprise. Now, another one of my cousins is heading overseas and is going to go to some of the holiday markets and everything. So I'm kind of hoping I may get a surprise coming back from that. But that'll be probably next year before I get it, because of the fact that she's in California, I'm here in Texas, and we're not going to see each other over the holidays, so we're going to have to wait for the mail. And you know how that goes during the holidays. They are super busy. All right, so let's see. Anything else I need to tell you guys about? I think that's pretty much it. So I will see you tomorrow if you join me for Vlogmas. Please do like, subscribe. I'm still growing the channel. I'm excited about the new growth, and I'm trying to push it, hopefully, towards that first 500 goal. Now, I know that you're having to deal with commercials and everything. There's nothing I can do about that. That is all on YouTube. And my understanding is even once I get up to 1,000 subscribers, I still won't have much in the way of control over that as well. But if you're curious about what my goals are for this channel, we'll talk about it in the next few days. So please do join me. I'll explain some of the significance of a few of these different pieces I have on the tree, and we'll talk more. All right, thanks again for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow.